Having a well-rounded and cohesive roster is one of the ingredients to winning an NBA championship. However, winning champions doesn't just require a solid group of players. It also requires a great head coach who can initiate a system and lead the squad from the sidelines. Throughout the years, we've seen coaches make an impact for championship teams. Although players get the job done, coaches make sure they're utilizing these players enough to win. Just recently, to give Damian Lillard some help to win a championship, the franchise hired Chauncey Billups as their new head coach. For most coaches, it takes time for them to turn their squad into a championship team, but for some, they immediately get the job done. It's still unknown whether Billups can do the same, but for this piece, let's take a look at 5 coaching changes that immediately led to an NBA championship. At number 5, we have the 2014-15 Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr. The Warriors were mostly cellar dwellers in the 2000s. It wasn't until 2012 when the franchise started to become relevant again. The Warriors' rise can not only be credited to drafting the Splash Bros, but also to Mark Jackson for developing the young core and establishing a defensive identity. While Jackson started it all, it was Steve Kerr who elevated the team into a championship dynasty. It was in 2014 when Kerr was hired by the Warriors as the head coach after coaching the squad during the Summer League. Although this was his first time to work as a coach, Kerr was no stranger to the NBA world given that he had won 5 championships as a player and served as a GM for the Phoenix Suns. In his first season as head coach, Kerr broke various coaching records. He became the first coach to start his stint with a 19-2 record, but more importantly, Kerr helped the Warriors finish with the best record to that point in the franchise history with a 67-15 mark. It also allowed them to enter the postseason as a top seed in the Western Conference. As we all know, Kerr would then take the Warriors to their first championship in 4 decades. Because of this, he became the first rookie head coach to stir a team to a title since 1982. At number 4, we have 2015-16 Cleveland Cavaliers, Tyronn Lue. The Cavs immediately became a championship contender once again when LeBron James returned. While they fell short in the 2015 NBA Finals against the Warriors, the team continued its mastery over the East in the next season. Despite owning the best record in the conference, the team suddenly fired David Blatt and promoted Tyronn Lue as head coach midway into the season. While it was the first time for Lue to handle a head job, it sure did help to have LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love at his disposal. Lue coached the Cavs at another dominant finish, helping the squad register a 57-25 win-loss card for the top seed in the East. In the 2016 NBA playoffs, with the Cavs' dominance, Lue became the first head coach to win it all in his first 10 playoff games. After that, Lue coached the Cavs out of a 3-1 deficit against the historic 73-9 Warriors squad in the NBA Finals to help his team pull off the greatest comeback in Finals history. At number 3, we have 2018-19 Toronto Raptors, Nick Nurse. The Raptors were solid contenders in the East for years. However, it wasn't until Nick Nurse arrived on the scene before they finally won their first NBA title. After serving as an assistant to Dwayne Casey, the Raptors promoted Nurse to head coach in 2018. While Kawhi Leonard led the charge, Nurse's system saw various players shine. His coaching reign was responsible for the breakouts of Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, who went on to win Most Improved Player of the Year. The Raptors finished with a 58-24 record, good for the second best record in franchise history. Furthermore, Nurse's defensive schemes helped them eliminate powerhouses. The Raptors beat a loaded Philadelphia 76ers team in the Eastern Conference semifinals, slowed down Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Eastern Conference finals, and then ended the Golden State Warriors dynasty in the NBA Finals. Although Kevin and Klay Thompson went down with injuries, the Raptors' innovative box-and-one defense helped slow down Steph Curry and win the title in 6 games. At number 2, we have the 2005-2006 Miami Heat, Pat Riley. While Stan Van Gundy elevated the team into a contender in the East, it was Pat Riley who gave Miami its first title. Van Gundy was coming off a solid season that saw the Heat finish first in the East, while coaching the team to an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. However, with the Heat getting some more pieces, Riley took over coaching reins in 21 games. The Heat went on to finish with a 52-30 record. With Dwayne Wade and Shaq at his disposal, Riley coached the team to its first championship banner. Despite dropping the first 2 games against the Mavs, the Heat rallied by winning their next 4 games. As a result, Riley won his first NBA championship outside of Los Angeles and his 5th championship as a coach. At number 1, finally, we have the 2019-20 Los Angeles Lakers, Frank Vogel. Lakers' rebuilding process wasn't pretty. Although the young pieces were oozing with potential, the squad simply couldn't get to another level even with the arrival of LeBron James in 2018. Because of this, the Lakers shifted away from rebuilding mode. With this, Lakers revamped their roster, headlined by the acquisition of Anthony Davis. Furthermore, the team also moved on from Luke Walton and hired Frank Vogel as their head coach. Creating a new all-star duo and a coach, the Lakers steamrolled the Western Conference. However, their efforts were threatened when COVID infections broke out, which led to the season's postponement. Fortunately, the NBA was able to mount a bubble in Orlando to resume its games. Lakers continued their dominance in the bubble under Vogel's watch. Vogel's defensive system turned the Lakers into a nightmare for opposing teams. This often led to easy baskets in transition, a perfect situation for LBJ to dominate. Because of this, the squad finished the season with a 52-19 record, good for the top seed in the West. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any amazing video from us.